Welcome to the channel, folks. Forgive me for not posting any real car videos for the last few months, but this winter's weather has been wet and miserable, to say the least. So I've been stuck inside messing with digital cars, updating my Grand Theft Auto 5 car mods and stuff like that. But today's a nice sunny day. It feels good outside, so I figured I'd come out and see if the K5 Jimmy will start. I paid $700 for this thing on Craigslist a while back, and I got a really good deal on it, but the motor in it is wore slap out. It's a cheap Goodwrench high compression crate 350 with a small Holly 4-barrel on it. And it's making blow-by really bad, and it's smoking out of the tailpipe really bad. But it still makes decent power in four-wheel low. Not gonna lie, the truck is completely gutless in high range. But a lot of four-wheel drive trucks are like that. Gearing helps a lot. But just today, I put a battery and some gas in the thing and checked the oil and the coolant. And it should be ready to start up for the first time in months. There's my blue shooting target down there by my backstop, in case you guys are wondering. The door striker and stuff is not in the best shape in this truck. It's looks like it's in need of some repair. I was thinking I could take it out and bend it straight and put a really big washer behind this thing, but that's beside the point. Let's start this thing up like I was saying. First time in months. Got one of those clickety-clack fuel pumps on it. I don't know how long it'll last, but it's been on here for a few years, since before I bought the truck. The thing is really temperamental about starting. It acts like it's got a bad distributor because I can't ever seem to find the right timing for it. Timing that'll start good hot and start good cold and run good. And it used to have an electric choke, but it has a manual one that's kind of rigged up on there by me right now. And because it used to be electric, it's backwards. So when you pull it out, it is closed, or excuse me, open. That's my dyslexia going off. When you pull it out, it's open, and when you push it in like that, it is closed, or partially closed, as far closed as I could rig this thing up to work. But carb should have some gas in it now, and choke is in the right position, so let's see if it'll crank. Huh, it might actually start for us. Sometimes this truck is really temperamental, especially in cold weather. Awesome. Got 30 pounds of oil pressure, if that gauge is accurate. And the alternator is charging. Obviously we're not up to temperature yet. It'll take quite a while. But we got some gas, so I'll probably drive you guys around in the thing a little bit today. Off-road. No tags. There's my big block four-wheel drive 78 or 79 Ranger project. It's a F-150. I'm really looking forward to getting that thing going. Another quick note before we take it for a drive. There's a awful lot of evidence that this truck used to be two-tone red and white. And I'm about 99% sure that I'm going to repaint it like that. I've got the means to. Almost up to 160. I don't have a lot of vehicles with carpet left in them, but the interior in this truck is in decent shape as far as my standards go. Dash, worse for wear. Windshield, worse for wear. Back seat is in very nice shape for some reason. Got nice stereo and whatnot, but it only works sometimes. I've been trying to correct a lot of the issues in the wiring that the previous owner caused, but I just haven't had the time with it, you know, with having a dozen project cars and whatnot. Alright, we're about to take it for a little drive, and you guys are about to find out why I named this thing Lurch. Yeah, pretty sure something's up with the timing, the distributor, or something like that. Let's take it for a drive. Power windows. Reverse it a little bit so I can get out of where I'm parked. Try not to destroy the apple tree. Alright, where to go first? Up the big hill or down the trail? See if we can go up the big hill. Lurch. This is more of an incline than it looks on camera. Alright, now that we've done the big hill, let's go down the trail. That sounded lovely. Sorry about the glare, not a lot I can do about it right now. I have to drive and film. Don't report me. Hope that shot came out decent. This camper is a thing that Dad set up down here to enjoy, and tarp keeps blowing off of it. When I camp, I prefer to do it minimalistically. I'm so fancy. But no, I do like to just build up a little wall of sticks and put my sleeping bag under it, if I even have a sleeping bag at that time. I like this land a lot. I hope it doesn't get developed. I also hope there isn't mud down in here. Or to be honest, I hope there is mud. Let's try two-wheel first, just for fun and games. Oh yeah, there's mud here. Damn, it's doing pretty good in two-wheel though. That's not two-wheel, and it cut off. I think it was in 4 high still. Either way, let's pop that thing in neutral while I start it. Okay. Park is not doing anything. Let's just start her up. Wait, I guess park doesn't do anything if the transfer case is in neutral? Maybe I just learned something. Playing in the mud. All right, 4 high, 2 high. Must just be drier out here than I thought it would be today. Alright, let's put it back in 4-wheel low and keep it moving. I wonder if it was stuck in 4 high and just wouldn't go in 2-wheel. I cleaned the windshield off before we started off down here, but I didn't do the greatest job. Should have used Windex for a streak-free shine. Sometimes this hill trips people up on the way back. My buddy Daniel ran his boss's work truck into a tree trying to get out of here once. And we pulled it off of the tree where it was stuck with a tractor. And he drove it back up to the house, and I was luckily able to get the damage out with some of my amateur expert bodywork techniques. And his boss never knew. The tree's getting a little low down here. I wonder if we can make it. Yeah, we got it, but barely. There's a big hill down here that I always like to drive up. We might stop and check out the creek while we're here too. My dog Jesse always used to like hanging out in this creek. Don't you just love the view of all that broken glass? Alright, we're going to drive up this in a minute. Just let me get a nice second angle set up for you guys. I love old American 4x4s. They are so badass. There's the creek I was talking about. Video doesn't do it much justice, but there's some really nice looking waterfalls and pools and stuff. Me and my dad have been riding dirt bikes and driving four-wheel drives up this hill since I've been coming down here having fun with vehicles and on foot pretty much my whole life, same as him. A lot of times we'd come down here and hunt crawdads. We still do occasionally. And more often I just end up sitting down here with my feet in this pool. And Jesse used to sit in here, and he used to sit in another pool just up the stream too, but this was my favorite spot. I like this area because the rocks are all completely solid, and there's no little cubby holes for a snake or anything like that to come out at you. That's the only place you gotta watch. There's a lot of algae and leaves and stuff all over the place right now, but every once in a while you come down here and it looks like something out of a storybook. And back to the Jimmy. I swear, videos just don't do hills justice. Busted my ass on this hill a few times on a dirt bike. The exhaust is all the stock single exhaust except the muffler and the catalytic converter. Yep, sorry, I had a brain fart. The muffler and the cat have been cut out in favor of straight pipe. So apart from that, it's all stock, even the manifolds. Stock Y pipe. I actually read on some K5 forums one time that the stock exhaust was best for most stock and mild small blocks in these trucks as far as torque curve and everything goes, and that headers and dual exhaust and all that will help you with gas mileage and whatnot, but they may actually provide you with no benefit, or maybe even a little bit of a detriment in pulling situations and climbing. May not be true, but that's what I read. No roof damage this time. I might come back and cut that thing. It's been getting lower every time I come down here. I do like to leave most of my trucks in four-wheel drive when I go down these trails, even though in practice you should leave it in two-wheel drive until you get stuck and then use four-wheel to get out. And here's that hill that has hurt a few different vehicles. You just need some speed in the right line and you won't hit any trees. Truck sounds good, truck sounds good. I like it. It's got some guts in four-wheel low, but man, when you put this thing in two-wheel drive and take it out on the street, it feels like you are pulling a boat. The trucks weigh over 4,000 pounds with the top on them though, so it is a small block pulling a whole lot of weight. I left my camera at the bottom of the big hill, so let's go back and get it. Doesn't bother me. I like any excuse to drive this truck, especially down the trail. Can't keep doing it all day though. Not on my budget. And, ooh. Bouncy, bouncy. I love the suspension in these old trucks too. For any of you guys that follow me on the GTA 5 mods thing, you know I try to get the suspension as realistic as possible on all those old vehicles that people add into the game. And this is where a lot of my experience with that comes from. I actually get to drive a lot of the cars that I help program the handling for. Wouldn't it be cool if Rockstar Games got me to work on their stuff for them? There's the camera. Alright, up this big hill down here one more time. Lurch. Transmission didn't kick down that time. I think it went up that in second gear. This transmission has a mind of its own. You can leave it in low gear and it'll upshift coasting downhill, and it'll upshift pretty much whenever it wants to and downshift whenever it wants to. $700, I'm not complaining. I've had GM transmissions that work a lot better than this, like the one in my Trans Am. And it worked better than this even before I put the shift kit in there. Or the shift servo, not shift kit. At one point, this part of the trail with all the little saplings in it got completely grown up and cut off, and me and Dad came down here and cleared it back out with tools and a tractor. Okay guys, phone storage is full and the camera battery is kind of low, so it might die at any minute, but the drive in the woods has been really good today. The gas in the tank is bouncing around, so I may or may not have a whole lot of gas, but we've still got less than 0 pounds of oil pressure, which is always good for a heavily worn small block V8, and the alternator's still charging. And we have not gotten over 180 yet, even after all this romping around. And I think it's about 70 degrees out today, so not hot, not cold. A good day for beating on a truck. A very good day for it. Well, we're almost home. Gonna put this thing back in its parking spot. Gonna pass the 1928 Tim's delivery truck on the way out. It's a shame that thing had to be left sitting out here for so excuse me, for so long. I suppose it's a shame that it was all shot up too. We didn't have anything to do with that though. My Fords, my beautiful old Fords. That's my parts truck. Nice little wildflowers there. Get right back in the parking spot without hitting Big Blue, whatever I'm gonna name that truck. Huh, idling a little weak. Might have to step the idle up. I don't know. We'll see. That is the end of today's journey though. Truck is still running good. I had a great time. Hope you guys had a halfway decent time. Updates on the Mustang and the Cutlass project and the F100 muscle truck project, which unfortunately has air bubbles in the transmission fluid now, and that means I'm going to have to put a transmission cooler on it. Getting ready to put this GMC emblem on the truck soon. You running good yet? That sounds a little more normal. You never know, it could be getting hot, losing compression. Anyways, like I said, that's the end of this episode. I really appreciate you guys watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Sorry for dawdling. Take it easy.